Hi, and welcome to our last Zoom session. This course has gone by so fast. Thank you for your active participation in our discussions. It has really enriched our class. I'm going to move to the next slide. And what I thought we'd continue talking about some of the trends, which are really exciting for social media in the year 2018 and beyond. One of the changes has been to the Instagram stories, which are likened to Snapchat, which is used by 250 million people. And what it is a bunch of pictures or a photo sequence. And what people really like about that is that those pictures are deleted the next day, so it doesn't hang on the web. So I think that's a really nice feature. The other really interesting aspect of social media is what Mercedes-Benz, and I'm not sure if I click on the links that you're really going to be able to see it, but Mercedes-Benz has like a 360 if you pull on their ad, and they were the first to really use VR for ads. And they found it really successful, really pulled in users and customers. So that I think we're going to see more of. And we will see more, of course, 3D. Virtual trips. That's another, whoops, I spelled it wrong. Excuse me. The LA Tom's flag store, for instance, has an interesting experience. I'm not sure, I will try, but I'm not sure if I click this that you're going to be able to see it. But they have an interesting video. I have the sound off of the video, but it's a 360 view, and you can see it there. In some other applications, you can kind of spin it around. But what happens is this particular store donates for every shoe that you buy, they donate one. So this is kind of an advertising video. If you go into the store, you have they have VR headphone. They have a chair that you can sit in and actually watch their video. But that is Tom's flag store, which is kind of interesting, kind of neat. And it gives a VA opportunities for customers. Another retail experience is, I think if you noticed, well, I saw some of the beginning ones that Lowe's had where you can kind of see how a room looks in different colors. It's not exactly there quite yet, but it's getting there. The other interesting app that they have is that you can point the camera in your room and see how a particular furniture might look. And whoops, it moved on to the next one, which I didn't want. And now I lost my, here we go. And of course you can go, IKEA has this kind of experience where you can look at different kitchens and actually open up the drawers and kind of walk yourself through the kitchen. It's a virtual makeup. So that's another experience we're going to see more from on retail, where you point to your shoes and they can show you, Converse has that application, where you can see what the shoes would look like on your feet. Or clothing. There are certain retailers that have clothing and they have special mirrors so that if you try on, let's say, a dress in a certain color or a suit in a certain color or shirt or whatever, that you can look at it, how it will look on you in different colors. So that's another interesting application. There's all kinds of virtual applications that I think we will be seeing more of. And then, if that's not enough, when you go to the grocery store, there, and my mouse is, here it is, whoops, here it is. I'm not sure that you'll be able to see this, but when you get the link to it, you will be able to go to the sites anyway. But this one is shopping experience. And of course, what they're going to try and do is to put a lot of ads in there for products. But you can put a shopping list in there. And then as you go through the store, what it's going to do is guide you through and give you the most efficient path through the store to the particular item that you're looking for. I know sometimes I'll be looking for something and I just can't find where it is in the store. I know that they carry it, but for that purpose, it's an interesting app. But anyway, it's going to follow you to the grocery store as well and let you go to the right aisle for their product. The other application is the bots that I think you're seeing. I know I tried to use it to schedule an appointment and it was just a disaster. Didn't have my right car or anything, but as AI continues to grow, then I think the applications, you're not going to know if you're talking to a real person or not eventually, as it gets there. Again, I just want to touch briefly on your last paper. You wrote one, and make sure that you look at the comments, especially the comments on APA, so that there's not points deducted for APA. Look at the APA guideline. There's links that I've sent you. There's links and announcements. In your paper, if there was a problem, I also included some links. So you should have plenty of resources to look at to try and correct this. It's important because you don't want to spend all this time on APA when you're writing your paper. You want most of the time spent on the actual writing and getting the concepts down and getting the format that you need, and looking for the articles and synthesizing the information. The other thing is to avoid those long lists of things because they don't serve any real purpose. You can list them in dialogue form, but don't use long bulleted lists. That just takes up space and it really isn't conveying your argument that you're trying to build. And the essence of a dissertation, it is just one big argument for whatever your topic that you're studying and the point of view that you're taking. So if you think of it as an argument, putting in quoted text does not help you. Doesn't help to build the argument. It built somebody else's argument, but it's not going to build yours. You're going to use the references and the resources that you found to kind of make a point. This one said, and therefore, this is a new point that I'm making. So if you're quoting, you're not going to get there. You're not going to be able to synthesize and make these rich points that I know you can. So try and avoid that. Try and practice while we have the opportunity. So this next paper uses Sum of A. You can use Sum of A that you've done, but make sure you include all the requirements for Part B. So you're using Sum of A, and then you're going to answer the Part B that they ask you for. So that is the paper. And of course, it's a standard APA with the references cited correctly, references on a separate page, double space, Times New Roman, all that kind of things that need to be in place. Make sure you're looking at peer-reviewed articles for this particular assignment. I know we've been using a lot of blogs because that's where you can pull some current information. And of course you can use some, but you need to have peer-reviewed articles as well in there. So if you have any questions on this or anything else, please let me know, and I'll be glad to help you any way that I can. So I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I look forward to our continued discussions on this very exciting topic. So we will see you in class.